Ciao a tutti e benvenuti al tavolo italiano. Welcome to the Italian table. Today we're excited about launching our new formatted learning classes. Actually, we're only launching one today, but hopefully we have more on the way. To get to them, simply when you're at the iltavoloitaliano.com front page, click on Learning Italian. After you've clicked on Learning Italian up towards the top there, you'll see a menu of classes in front of you. The very first one, top left-hand corner, is Enhanced Beginners Italian 1. If you click on that, you're going to come to the welcome screen. Welcome to Enhanced Beginners Italian 1. Please note that this is best viewed with Mozilla Firefox. The first thing you'll see are the weeks or the classes. Each one will take you to a separate screen, and each screen is a lesson for that week. Here's week 1. Week 4, etc. Below that, as soon as I'm done recording this, there'll be a place to take the tour, which is what you're doing right now. And below that, a special note, you're going to see something called, something referring to flashcards when we look through a lesson. Here's the special note about that. The PDF file format for the flashcards can be used with plain cardstock if you wish to use a paper cutter or scissors to cut them out. If you prefer to use a more expensive but easier method, you can use pre-perforated stock. And what it is we have two size flashcards, small and large. The small are pre-formatted to work with a particular Avery product, so all you have to do is print them out and punch them out by hand. The large ones are also pre-formatted to work with another Avery product. In addition to all of that, on the very front page here, I wanted to post the team. Putting this class together took far more than just me, and so I wanted to introduce them real quick. First, we had Marinella, who is the voice on many of the podcasts that are included with this class. We have Giovanni, who is the actor in the vast majority of the comprehensive videos. Adam, who makes all the programming possible for this website. Our editors, who have found a lot of errors. It may not be 100% error-free, but it is much better than it was because of Joe, Aaron, Christine, and Mike. Thank you to all of you. The beautiful Karen for doing content layout, especially for formatting the flashcards so that they work as well as they do. Austin, the IT specialist who put together the computer and the sound system and whatnot that I work on to make everything happen. And last but not least, just me. Okay, so if you pick a week that you want to see, you click on it. This is week 4. And this is the Enhanced Beginner Level 1, Lesson number 4. Definite articles, this, that, these, those, and family members. Okay, the first section of the new class format is the grammar section. And simply put, this is where directly on the web page, it tells you what this lesson is about. This particular class talks about definite articles, making nouns plural from singular, and the Italian for this and that and how to use that. At the end of the grammar section, now you have a video where I explain the lesson. Ciao e benvenuti al tavolo italiano. Hello and welcome to the Italian table. Today we're talking about making singular nouns plural using definite articles in Italian and Okay, now you also have the option of making any of these videos full screen that you see. And demonstratives in Italian. As always. Or you can take them back to partial screen where they're right within the screen. You'll also find a printable version of the grammar homework that you just saw online and that you just saw me explain in the video. There's what we call a basic exercise. And in here you have to choose the appropriate word for that. So bambino would be quel bambino. I got the little Bravo screen telling me it was correct. If I would have selected quella, I would have got the incorrect screen. In addition to the basic exercise on quello, here's one on questa, the Italian for this. And what we call advanced exercises. So select the correct definite article for camicia. So select la, check answer. And I got it correct, and I go to the next word. Okay, after the grammar portion of the lesson, we have vocabulary. Once again, first of all, you have the vocabulary right here on the screen, the HTML page that we're viewing. This vocabulary happens to be on family members. Then we have another video for you. Once again, you could make this full screen. Ciao e benvenuti al tavolo italiano. Welcome to the Italian table and the Enhanced Beginners Italian Level 1 course. And this is where I had someone help me with the vocabulary as a podcast voice.
Vocabulary read by Chuck Wagner and
Marinella Griffith.
We'll start by having myself read the vocabulary in English.
I'll let you see an example of how this works.
She's going to give you a pause, a little bit of space in order for you to repeat the word that she reads, practicing your pronunciation. Then she'll read it again so that you compare how your pronunciation sounds compared to hers. Here we go. Family.
Famiglia. Famiglia.
There you have it. Actually, there's also an audio version, audio-only version of this available on podcast, as well as available on CD-ROM. For anybody taking the physical workshop that goes along with this material in the Charleston, South Carolina area, you'll be receiving a free CD-ROM that contains all the audio versions of this. In addition, if you're not in the Charleston, South Carolina area, but you're going through this class on your own and you would like one, you can get one in a prepackaged program that we have available that you can purchase to go along with this. Now, also we have printable vocabulary. If you want to print out a list to study, it's a PDF file that comes up, has the Italian and the English. Or if you prefer flashcards, this is what I was referring to on the front. This is for large index size, formatted to print English on one side and Italian on the other. This is for the small business card size. The downloadable podcast takes you right to our Podbean site and brings you right here. You can either listen to it right here by clicking on this. Excuse me, on that.
Ciao e benvenuti al tavolo italiano. Welcome to the Italian table.
Again, it's just an audio version, or you can actually download it if you have an iPod or something that uses podcast. We also have a basic online exercise on the vocabulary. Nephew, you have to come over and select the correct word. And we have our advanced exercises for vocabulary, where it actually brings up the Italian word, and one of the exercises brings up the English in the other, and you have to type in the correct translation. And finally, in the vocabulary section, we also have a printable crossword. This is a translation-only crossword, since this is just on vocabulary. So 2 across says mother, so it would be madre, M-A-D-R-E. Along with this, we also give you the solutions page. But please, don't look at this until after you finish this page. Then after the vocabulary section, we have what we call the comprehension section. Comprehension section, you'll see a very brief dialogue going on here. And if you click on this one, which once again you can go full screen to, we are actually, well, listen.
Ciao e benvenuti al tavolo italiano. Mi chiamo Carlo e
Giovanni.
And we're here to record the comprehensive video dialogue for lesson number 4 in the Beginner's Italian course. All you need to do is sit back, listen, and see if you can understand what we're saying. There is also the option of having the printable dialogue so you can follow along while we're recording this. Here we go. Buongiorno, Giovanni.
Oh, buongiorno, Carlo. Come stai?
Ah, molto bene, grazie. E tu?
And there you have it. The whole idea is for you to listen to the video and see if you can understand the words, preferably without reading them. Start tuning your ear to Italian. Start getting used to hearing it. Along with that, if you do want to read along and you don't want to read off the computer screen, maybe you want to make the video full screen, we have a printable version of that dialogue. Then in this section, we also have practice sheets where you can begin to apply some of the stuff you've learned. So here you're supposed to write the plural of each noun in a space provided, so you put the plural there. Here it's write the singular of each noun. The plurals are given, you write the singular. Here you write the appropriate definite article before each noun. This particular class has a couple of practice sheets. Here's a couple of sentences for you to do. We try to attack the same material that you learn in as many different ways, giving you as much exposure to it as possible, so that it's repetitive but not boring, so that you'll remember it better. Also, here's our comprehensive crossword for lesson 4. Instead of being a straight translation, this one has clues. My cousin's mother's mother. One English. My cousin's mother's mother. 3 across. Nonna. Yep. Grandmother. Don't do like I just did. Don't cheat. Do the crossword first, then check it. Okay, at this point in time, we also throw in a useful Italian phrase or question word. Here we have che, cosa, or che cosa. That all means what. Use that to start forming questions. Now we have our class dialogue section, section number 4. In the class dialogue, this is something for you to work on during the week. It says using only the vocabulary we've learned so far. Learn how to say everything below except what is in parentheses. You don't have to translate tua or photo. Print it out and bring the printable form of this dialogue and be prepared to say the dialogue below for one of the persons in the class. So in other words, be prepared to be person number 1 or person number 2. And we will be practicing that in class. In addition, if you'd like any more information on any of the topics covered in this particular lesson, I give you a list of books and the pages to go to in those books to get more information on it. You don't have to buy any books to take this class. However, these are some books that I found very, very useful, especially this one right here, English Grammar for Students of Italian. I highly recommend buying that book. And if you click on this link right here, it takes you directly there to Amazon, to this particular spot to buy it. It can't get any easier to purchase than that. The same is true for any of these. Italian Verb Drills is another good book. Takes you right to it. If you're just beginning to learn Italian, this is your very first time, very first stab at it, I recommend that everybody buy this book. And if you do want to get a little something more, I highly recommend buying the Verb Drills book as well. And then last but not least, just a little something to relax by at the very end of the lesson. Something to wrap up your study time with. I have a little factoid about Italy. This one talks about Europe's first modern banks appeared in Genoa in the 12th century. You can read a little bit about that. And then after that, I have a Have You Heard section, and I bring on board an Italian contemporary song. These you may want to, most of them are contemporary. I got a couple more of what's considered classic Italian. You can also go full screen with these, like so. And if you hit the play button, and there you go, an Italian music video. This one I particularly love. Once again, you can watch it just on the screen as well. And if you find you like that song, and if you like to dance, you're going to like that song, you can also purchase CDs. Simply by clicking on the CD, it takes you right there. And by the way, that is a great price for that CD. And there you have it. That is a single lesson, 1 week's worth of study. And so when the next week comes along, simply click on that. Don't forget the note on the flashcards. And naturally, appreciate it greatly if you cater to our sponsors. If you're in a local area, most of our local sponsors are up here, although this space is available for national sponsors as well. And of course, Google has our sponsors off to the right. So like anyone else, we encourage you to patronize our sponsors. Thank you very much for your interest in Beginners 1. I hope you go through it. I hope it's a benefit to you. And I hope to hear some feedback from you. So, grazie mille, ciao e parlo italiano.